Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make sushi. Now it's real easy. People think it's really hard, but it's not. It's simple steps, and I'm going to show you how to make it. The first thing that you actually need, not step, the first thing you actually really need is sushi rice. Don't use long grain rice. That's what I thought you had to use, and that's where I went wrong. So this is the brand I found, but just find any kind of rice. See, it says perfect for sushi. So it has to be just a short, let's see if it says. I don't think it says on here. Yeah, medium grain rice or short grain rice. So that's the first step of making good sushi is the short grain rice. And this is the brand I found. Just find any brand that you can find, but this one seems to be very popular. And it seems not to want to open. So what I do, second step what you need to do that's very important is to wash the rice. Well, first get this rice open. There we go. Wash the rice. And I'll show you what it looks like before, and then I'll show you what it looks like after. So I'm going to do a cup and a cup of rice. So it just depends on your rice cooker, but I'm going to do a cup here. So let me measure out a cup and make a mess. Alright, just made a mess of rice everywhere. It's okay, I'll clean it up. But see, you can tell, where are we, rice? See, you can tell they're like different looking. See? They're like short grain rice. So then you put this in your rice cooker, and then I'll show you what it looks like before you get to washing it. And what you're doing when you're washing it, I'm cleaning up my mess while I talk to you guys. When you're washing it, you're cleaning off all that starch. The less starch you have, the better it's going to, the more it's going to be sticky. Get the word out. So I'll show you how cloudy it is. I'm going to swash it around with a little bit of my hand. Okay, and this is what it looks like when you just add just a little bit of water. See how cloudy and icky it looks? You don't want that to look like that. You want it to look where it's almost clear, but you want a little bit of cloud because then it's a little bit of starch to kind of make it sticky. So I'm going to wash it, and then I'll show you guys where it should look like when you're going to cook it. So let me do that. Okay, so I washed it for about 2 or 3 times. It depends. Sometimes the rice can be starchy and sometimes it can't be. So it just all depends. But this is what it's. See how it's a little cloudy, but not too cloudy, and that's what you want. So, I'm going to rinse this last bit of water out. And I wouldn't do it hot water just because rice is really temperamental. If you want, you can do it like warm, but I wouldn't do it. I just do cold. It doesn't bother me. So then I'm just going to put it in my rice cooker, put a cup and a half, because that's what my rice cooker asks for. And after 20 minutes, we'll have sushi rice, and I'll show you. Well, we'll have rice, and I'll show you how to make sushi. So, come back in 20 minutes. It's done! It's nice and hot. So there's the rice. And I put it in a bowl because we got to stir in some seasoned rice vinegar. Now, you can do regular rice vinegar, but then you have to do the extra step where you have to add the sugar and the salt. So this just takes all the work out there for you. So, what you do is, I have a 1/4 cup, but I usually don't even use a whole 1/4. Jesus. I can't speak today. So I'm just going to put it in here. I just like to put it in here because if you just squirt this on the rice, you can't control it. So, see, this is not even, it's not even full. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you guys down here and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. This is a very important step. Okay, so here's your rice. Move that. You put about half of this mixture on there. Just sprinkle it on there, so about half. Okay, and then it's kind of like folding. You turn it and then you cut it. See how I'm cutting it? So then you turn it again and cut it. Turn and cut. And you can tell when it's getting to a sticky consistency. You can, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I can see it. You can definitely see it. And I usually add just a pinch more sugar and a pinch more salt into this. And this is all that you have to do, and it's not that hard. So I'm going to put maybe not even a half of that left. So I have just a little dribble left. So let's fold this in. Because if you put too much vinegar, it's going to taste like vinegar. And you don't want it to taste like vinegar. And make sure it's rice vinegar. Do not do regular vinegar, because that stuff is potent. See, and it's getting there. You can kind of probably tell the difference. See how it's a little bit squishier? So let me taste it, because it's all up to your taste. It's just a little bit more. It's not quite like where I like it. And you have to do this right when the rice gets out, because you don't want it to cool, because if it cools, then it's not going to be the texture. So there, see? Nice and sticky. So I'm just going to put a little pinch more of some salt. And this is totally optional, but I like to do it. And just a pinch of some sugar. And after I make my rice, I like for it to cool just slightly, so you don't have hot sushi. So when it's cooling, I'm going to make some fried shrimp, and you guys are going to come along with me. Perfect. Just a pinch more of sugar. Now you know what, if you've had sushi before, you know what it tastes like. Just do it to the taste that you like it. I like where it tastes a little bit vinegary, but not that much. So, that's perfect. So I'm going to go set this off to the side, and then I'm going to show you how to make some shrimp. Alright, so we set that to the side. Let me put the rest of this vinegar, and that rice gets everywhere. I'm serious. So I'm just going to put that back. I'm going to go put this back up, and I'm going to put the salt back up. Alrighty, and I'm going to start heating up my oil. Okay. So, let's bring you down here and show you what I'm doing. So I have some shrimps, and it's just, I just got a shrimp and I just cut it in half. And then I have some cornstarch, and I put it in a bowl with a little bit of salt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drench my shrimps just in a little bit of cornstarch, just so they can stick just a little bit better. The oil is getting hot. Now you can either do this or you can do tempura. I just do this because it's easier than tempura, but tempura is not hard. It's cornstarch, flour, gluten-free flour if you're doing gluten-free, or regular flour. Rinse off my hands. Cornstarch, I think either baking powder or baking soda. I never can remember which one. And some salt, and it's that easy, but I just don't feel like messing with all that. And I make a big batch, and you can just store it in the fridge. So I have some cornstarch left over. I'm going to put a little bit of water in there to make a cornstarch slurry. If you hear popping, it's just my oil. I was going to say it's my rice. My rice shouldn't be popping. Get all in there. It's okay if it's kind of liquid. It's not very thick because you have cornstarch on your rice, so, or your shrimp, not your rice. Why would you have cornstarch on your rice? So you So you just stick your shrimp in there and then just kind of coat it. And then stick it in your oil. It's gonna pop. Woo! You need to turn that baby down. And then just continue. This is gonna get a nice light crunch on there, which what I want. And just be careful because you're putting water in oil. Alright, so let those cook. And they don't take long, especially if your oil is hot. So let's bring you not too close to the oil because oil is popping. And they get a nice golden brown. And my shrimp was cooked already. And I like to do that so then you don't have, it's just, to me it's easier. Ooh, that thing is popping. Alright, so I'm going to cook my shrimp, and then when my shrimp is done, I will show you guys how to make the sushi. So let me cook these, and I'll see you guys back in a minute. Show you. There is the shrimp. Yum. So it's just a light fry. I forgot the word for a minute. Okay, so now let's get on to making it. So I have some seaweed. This definitely don't have to get this brand, but this is the brand I found. So here's the seaweed. Let's see, where is my knife? Here it is. Let's cut this baby open. And I like to cut it all the way open so you can get it out easily so you don't break the seed. Yum, yum, yum. Alright, so I'm going to get one. So there's our seaweed. Now can you see that there's like a textured side and then there's a real shiny side? Texture side you want up. Okay? I'll show you. And then you have a bamboo wrap. Now I'm going to do where the rice is in the inside. I haven't really mastered rice on the outside yet, but once I do, I will do an updated video for you guys, and I will show you how to do the rice on the outside. Every time I do it, you're supposed to put like plastic wrap down, and then you're supposed to put the rice, and then you're supposed to flip it over, and then, but every time I do it, the plastic wrap gets like stuck in the roll, and then I have plastic wrap in my roll, which does not sound good to me. So anyways, let's get to the cooking. So here is the bamboo wrap. And this is very key. You need some, Batman. You need some, something with some water in it, because this rice is very sticky. So our rice is right here. So I'm going to get myself a nice spoonful and plop it on there. I like a lot of rice to my rolls. Okay. And then you get your fingers nice and wet. Your little fingertips. And then we just smooth it out. See how it gets stuck to my fingers? Yeah. So if it starts to stick some more, just stick your fingers in some water. It helps move along the process. And now you can put anything you want in these rolls. Sometimes when I make that tempura batter, I'll kind of like what I did with the shrimp. I dredge it in the tempura batter first, and then I add the club soda. And then you can do the same thing with the sushi roll. Just tempura it in the dry tempura batter first, and then dip it in the wet tempura batter, and you can fry that baby up, and it is delicious. But I wanted to do something kind of simple for you guys today. But definitely let me know if you want to see a different kind of, like a more, I wouldn't say advanced roll, but more complex roll maybe, I'm trying to think of. So you want to get it all the way to the sides. And you don't want to press it down, you just kind of want to pat it down. Because if you press it down, you're going to make your rice flat. And I don't know about you, but I don't want a flat sushi roll. Okay, so wipe my hands off. Okay, so we're done with that. Now I'm going to get a bowl, And I have a stick of my gluten-free crab. And a little piece went missing. She had it. So I'm going to shred it. Move this fork out of my way. I'm going to shred it into this bowl because I'm going to make some real quick spicy crab salad kind of thing for my roll. Which this is totally optional. You don't have to do it, but I love it because it's like that spicy and creamy, and then you got that crunch of that shrimp. Yum. So just break it up as good as you can. See, that's all it is. It's just a lot of steps. So you don't want big pieces like that. You want good sizes. And you can put avocado, which I don't have, but you put avocados in here. That's usually normal. Cucumber. I've seen some rolls that you can put, they put asparagus in, but I'm not a big fan of asparagus, so this is all up to what you like and your taste buds. See, I just like the avocado, the crab, and the shrimp. I'm pretty good at that. My fiance likes to put good amount of stuff in his. And don't overfill your roll. You do not want this to look like a burrito. You want it to look like a roll. If you put too much in it, it's going to burst when you try. So there's the crab. And I have some spicy mayonnaise over here. And all it is sriracha, mayonnaise, and a little bit of sugar. Unless you have the actual Japanese mayonnaise, which it has a little bit of sweetness, so that's why I add the sugar to it, because it adds a little bit of sweetness. And if you've never had Japanese mayonnaise, I would try to go look for it and just try it once. It is delicious. So let's try this, make sure it has enough mayonnaise for me. Perfect. So just mayonnaise and sriracha. That's all we got in here. Bring this back over. Since I have this, I guess we'll put this first. So just try to put an even... Hey, get off my fork. An even line. Don't want any of this left behind. None of it. Ooh, that sriracha's got a kick. After the sriracha sits in the fridge for a while, it starts to have a little bit of a spiciness. Okay, and then I have myself some cream cheese. Totally optional, but I just love it because it's like spicy and creamy and just... So let me get a little slice of that. Especially if you fry this roll and you... So I'm just going to put it on the top, and I'm going to try to fan it out into a little line as good as I can. That should be good. I was going to put another layer of cream cheese, but I don't want to overdo it with the cream cheese. Okay, so cream cheese gone. Wipe off my knife. Alright, so that's what we have so far. Now I'm going to just cut my shrimp up just in a little bit smaller pieces so it fits into my roll. So I'm going to put it behind my crab. Is there a glare? No, okay, good. And this was about 3 pieces of shrimp that I cut in half. And if there's some shrimp left over, well, you, my friend, have a snack. One more little baby piece. Right there. So that's what it looks like so far. Get my plate a little bit closer to myself. I think I had some sriracha on my finger and I touched my face and now it burns. Okay, so anyways. So then, get this kind of in the middle if you can. Okay, so you grab the back of your bamboo wrap and hide all your ingredients, okay? Then you grab with your little fingers, try to keep it together, and roll it. Roll, roll, roll. Okay, and then you bring it back to the center, and see that seam where it doesn't want to close? Bring it back to the center, bring it back over, and swoosh it. Swooshy, swooshy. Don't do it too much because then your filling will come out. So I just like to flip it over on every side and do that. You can kind of do that to make it more round, but okay, bam. Then you get a nice sharp knife, and I'd wet it just a little bit, and then I have it in half. So in half, and then if you have the tempura batter, you would dredge this in the dry tempura batter, and then you wet, and then you fry it in these two halves. Because if you do it like this, it's going to be very hard and it's not even. That's okay. So in my water again, my knife's not very sharp, but it's okay. Go, and one more time. I just realized I forgot to wet my knife. Bam. Put it on my plate. Don't like the end pieces of a sushi roll because it never wants to stay together. And see, I'm just going at a sawing motion. I'm not hacking at it. To my plate. Last piece. So in half. And if you want to get crazy, you can add some more sriracha mayonnaise on top, but inside is plenty. You definitely want to wipe your knife off because you have cream cheese in here, and yeah, cream cheese gets everywhere. Bam. There we go, guys. Look at that. Delicious sushi. Yum. See? Not that hard. And if you're vegetarian, obviously you can put veggies in here. It's all up to you, what you like and what sounds good. So, hope you guys like this. Comment, share, and let me know how you guys think. And if you think of anything else I can make, please let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you guys next time. Ciao, Bambinos!